Okay, hi, welcome back to my channel, or I guess if you're the first time coming, then you're like here, and yeah, so you're here. And this is the only large channel, and it's only large because I'm cray, and I think I'm supposed to like wave my hand or something, because that's what like all the YouTubers do. Like they're like, hey, and you're like, does anyone greet you like that in real life? Do you know anyone? Because like I actually like will go up and hug people, and I'm like, oh my gosh, like, hey, oh my god, like I want to see you so much, because I do. Like, you gotta let people know that you actually like love them. Yeah. But no, yeah, I mean, like, okay, cool. I'm just gonna get into this video because I am like going off. And today I want to talk about multidimensional words and what multidimensional words mean to me, and hopefully I can convey that means to you. So one of the things I want to say, I call these the realities. And do I have how many are there? 22. I call these the 22 realities. It's basically going back to ethos, pathos, logos, and kairos, and I feel like I should make another video of that. But what I notice in today's day, or everyday day-to-day things, is that people want you to say things like literally or technically or operationally, and there are just different modes of conveying the reality of the nature of the situation. So there's just like, it's not, something is not always literal. They can't always be literal. They can't always be technical. There's always a technical sense. There is always a technical sense behind it. But the first part you need to get through is macros and not micros. So when you're talking about technicalities, you're talking about micros and the very technical little piece and part of it, the mathematics behind it, and why it does what it does, when it does, how it does it, right? So you measure that from all those points to that, it's gonna be, you're gonna have like long sets of equations page to page, because you have to you gotta convert from the base to the top. So this is the multidimensional words in order to get, like, you know, your macros and your medians and your micros, and basically just telling how the different realities of the situation are. That's what it is. Virtual, that is the virtual reality of them. We all know about that. That's like saying, like, usually with computers, and usually things you just see like literally. I mean, not literally, virtually. You see them like virtually. So for instance, like when they say flat earthers, like I'm one of those people who defend flat earthers, because like when they say, oh, the earth is flat, like virtually the earth is flat, like what you see is flat. Like you can't, like what we feel right now is like, it's flat, okay? Now the other reality of it all is different, like actuality, the actual, wait, am I doing this right? Well, yeah, okay. Concept, so that's, you know what it is. Okay, so the next one is the conceptual, and that's basically, I feel like that reality is just thinking of the idea of it. It is simply just a concept. It doesn't mean that it's going to be real, or it's going to be it's what you think. It's basically what you think, and it's a different reality. It's different, and it is a concept. Okay, I don't even, it's the blueprint. It's the blueprint of it all. So that's another reality. Conceptual reality. There is literal. So a lot of times we say, oh, you know, I mean literally. Literally, do we even think about that? That's like when you're saying like words, alliterations, right? Literary, literal. So we mean like word form, and we mean to convey that reality to and from back to the world reality versus from what we put on words to what we put in the real world. I hope you understand that. Technical reality. So that's the next one. And what is that? Is that my 1, 2, 3, 4? That's my 4th reality. And this is one of the ones, like, people, like, if they don't have the technical sense of it, they're just like, they don't get it. Like, they feel like everything has to be technical. And the way you measure technical from bottom to top is extremely difficult to measure technical terms of anything. If you're talking about it from a whole sense, you have to measure technical things for their moment, in their moment, at their moment. And that's basically what scientists do all day, so I know exactly about it. If you don't know, technical reality is a different reality. So if you're saying like, oh, I need to prove, like, bitch, it don't exist. No, I'm just saying, not that it don't exist, but it's like, who can give it to you? Like, actual reality, actual. And so then another way, like, to determine these words, I can tell like which words is the reality just by looking at, I'm gonna say like by looking at it, but it okay. Actual reality is what we see in actual real life, dead as, head as, like, real time. That's what's actually happening. So what's actually happening, I actually like define this as like the utmost of the realities, because actual would be like what's happening in all facts, all aspects, all of the time, every day, all day, any day of the week. And then the 6th reality is operational, what's happening operationally. So you have a hinge, you have a joint, you have a tendon connected to a hinge on a joint. That is operationally, manually creating motion for a physical world, and sometimes not a physical world, whatever's happening in your computer, electricity sending signals to each port. That's operational. Contextual reality, that is the, what is it? This is my 7th reality? Okay, just checking. Contextual is the 7th reality, and these are in no order at all. So contextual reality is within context. So when I was saying like with technical terms, you have to, in order to break that down, you have to say, well, within this realm, within this context in which we are talking about this thing, okay, not here, not there, not anywhere. And then I think I should like categorize these as to like which ones go together, because that's what I'm gonna do. And I feel like because everyone, they have different ones that go together, and I don't think, like, yeah. Metaphorical reality is when you're saying something but you mean something else, but they're supposed to be able to make those connections because there's a deeper meaning to the story in which they're conveying their message. So you as a thinking individual, need to make those connections, right? You're saying it's metaphorical. I don't mean like literal. I mean something you have to like translate. You gotta think about it. Essential reality. Wait, was that my 8th? This is my 9th reality. My 9th reality is essential reality. And essential, because we say like, oh, essentially that's what it is, like in essence. So in essence, that is like, in essence, I would describe essential reality or essence as the thing that's linking like all realities together. Like they put it like, this is the essence of this reality, but it would be like the essence of all realities. So yeah, or just in which the context what you're talking about. So that would be essential. I put spiritual reality. Now I don't know, like, if there's another way of saying that doesn't sound so but I don't know, like, I feel like spiritual reality, like, if I had to say like spirit, I would say like electricity. So you can take that, you can take it not. This is just like the spirit realm, the spirit dimension. So, you know, that would be it. Like, that would be like the spirit dimension. Like, what else do you want? There is emotional reality. Is that my 9th or is that 10th, 11th? Because I did not number these. So emotional reality, spiritual reality. Okay, emotional reality, because emotional, we know we feel emotions, we know other people feel emotions, we know animals feel emotions, and we have these emotions and everything. So that is also a realm, and that is also a dimension in which things and in messages and communication, and it has properties that are conveyed. So that's pretty much it. The exponential, and that's basically saying how a small, like, I feel like I want to say like a small, like when we talk about the Big Bang, like how in a minute, like an instant, things could change. Like that, it's like the rate of change very quickly, very fast, and in an organic sense of exponential. And I actually don't know what made me say organic, because it has absolutely to do everything with an organic exponentiation, because I don't think you can get like exponential without inorganic nature of the subject. So exponential reality, growth, organic growth at a grand rate. Infinitesimal, like, you notice we never say like to describe forever, we say infinite versus like exfinite. Why would we say that? Because it can go on, it can go like to the smallest, right? But it can't go to the biggest, I don't know, I'm just thinking about that right now as I'm talking to you. So but yeah, in the infinitesimal realm, the realm of infinite possibilities, you know, it can just go on and on and on. And that's another way to convey your message and to get it out there and describe a property. Okay, I have the quintessential, which is just like, it's like saying quasi-essential. It's the same thing. Quintessentially, we're meaning like, you know, a little bit but not a lot, you know. And we just mean like a portion of the essential. So that's basically it. And then we have the philosophical, what I call philosophical reality, where you're just kind of like, I want to say you like throwing words out in the air, but that's basically it, where you're just kind of like, you're kind of like talking. It's when like almost like the concept has been said out loud. So it's the concept and then it's said out loud. So it's where they make those, and that's what has to do with the ethos, pathos, logos, and kairos, because there's one part to it, second part, three part, and then there's the last part to it, and I'll have to go into that on another time. So what that is, there is the potential reality, and that's even in freaking physics. So we have a freaking potential reality. So you're just thinking of what could potentially happen. What is the potential nature of the property of whatever is happening, whatever message or whatever you're trying to convey, and that moment